Welcome to the deep dive. We plunge into these amazing stories to pull out those bits of insight, the really potent stuff. Today, we're setting sail into, well, an ancient and pretty captivating saga, something we've lined up just for you. Our source is the Saga of Skarde the Storm-Born. It's a story that promises to unpack the life of this legendary figure. I mean, his whole existence seems marked by storms, power, and ultimately this huge, risky choice.
Yeah.
So our mission today, to dig out the most, surprising facts and the deepest aha moments from this one tale.
And it really is just a rich tapestry. You've got myth, legend. It's woven together so tightly. It's definitely more than just an adventure story. It's digging into where that Norse idea of fate, destiny, and power, its allure, and the kind of choices you face when you're up against forces bigger than yourself really asks what it means to be, well, marked from the start.
Okay, let's unpack the beginning then, because Skarde's birth is... wow, it's quite something. The saga says he was born amidst a storm that tore the roofs from halls and split great oaks in half. Picture that entry into the world. And the signs were instant, weren't they? Like right away. Lightning had struck the ground as his first cry echoed across the fjord.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise he got the name Skarde the Storm-Born. People said the gods had marked him.
Yeah.
It sounds less like a birth almost and more like an element showing up.
Well, what's fascinating there, truly, is how that birth isn't just drama. It's basically a prophecy laid out right at the start. That immediate link to chaos, to these huge natural forces marked by lightning, it sets him apart instantly. It suggests, a preordained destiny, like you said, but one tied specifically to that wild, untamed power. He wasn't just, born during the storm. The text implies he was born of it, like a conduit for its energy from Breath One.
And as he grew up, that connection, that bond with the wildness, it just seemed to get stronger. The saga talks about a restlessness in his blood, where other people might duck and cover from a storm at sea. Skarde, he apparently just laughed. When others feared the sea's fury, he laughed and cast his oars into the waves. That fearlessness, it's almost audacious. It became his thing, his ship, Thunderfang. Even the name, it became legendary. And he got this reputation fast, a terror of the coasts, hitting without warning, as if the storms themselves obeyed his will. He sounds like a force of nature walking around.
But, for all that outward stuff, the raiding, the plundering, there was something deeper going on inside him, wasn't there? Something driving him. The saga tells us he was getting these visions, dreams of a great wolf with eyes of fire, chained beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. And crucially, the wolf wasn't just there in the dream. It whispered to him, it said, "Break my bonds, and the storm shall be yours forever." That's where his whole path takes this really personal, almost mythic turn.
Right. And this is where it gets really interesting, because Skarde hears this whisper, and he doesn't think, uh-oh, warning sign. No, he interprets it as a gift of Odin. Seriously. He thought the vision was a divine thumbs up. Like, okay, this ultimate power is meant for me. And that belief sends him off on this completely new, incredibly dangerous quest. Changed everything for him.
And what a quest. I mean, the risks involved were huge. The saga really emphasizes how far he went to find this chained wolf. He sailed beyond the edge of known seas, through maelstroms and skies lit with strange fire. This wasn't exactly a weekend trip,
Oh, yeah. And the cost of this obsession, it was massive. We're told flat out. Men deserted him, claiming he was cursed. Their fear just got bigger than their loyalty. And yet, even with people leaving, even facing these insane challenges in unknown waters, Skarde's resolve just didn't break. He pressed on with only the fiercest of his warriors. That kind of determination when literally everyone else bails, it says a lot about how powerful that vision was for him.
If you connect that to, the classic hero's journey structure, these are the trials. The things that test your conviction, push you right to the edge. It's a solitary path, really, even with a few warriors left. And it's all driven by this incredibly ambiguous promise from a dream wolf. And the place he ends up, it perfectly reflects that hardship. An island of black rock where the wind screamed like dying men. Sounds like the literal edge of the world where things just unravel.
So finally, on this bleak, howling island, the big moment happens. Skarde sees him. The wolf from his dreams, its chains glowing red, its fangs dripping fire, just as he'd envisioned. And the wolf speaks again directly to him, making this incredibly tempting offer. Free me, Storm-Born, and I shall make you greater than kings. I mean,
Mhm.
talk about the ultimate temptation, right?
Yeah.
Absolute power, just one act away.
Exactly, it is. And Skarde, completely consumed by this promise, by his own massive will, he starts trying to break the chains. The saga says he worked with the strength of a dozen men, just tearing at the chains until his hands bled. This wasn't symbolic. It was a physical, brutal struggle against ancient magic, ancient bonds. And the moment they break, it's described as utterly cataclysmic. Lightning split the heavens, the earth roared, and the chains shattered. A world-shaking event.
But the consequence hits instantly. And it's shocking, brutal. The saga is blunt. The beast leapt free, and with one snap of its jaws devoured half of Skarde's warriors.
Oh, which brings up this really important, almost chilling question. Why didn't the wolf kill Skarde too? After that slaughter, it did not kill Skarde. Instead, it licked his bloody hands and vanished into the storm. Oh, that interaction, so strange, so intimate after such violence. It's a huge paradox. Skarde gets this power, yes, but the price is immediate, horrific loss, and it seals this really disturbing, maybe symbiotic bond between them. It's like a classic Faustian bargain playing out, where getting what you want comes with this built-in, devastating cost.
And after that day, Skarde's life, his reality, it's completely changed. The saga tells us, from that day, wherever Skarde sailed, thunder followed. His enemies, they fell in terror. He literally became the embodiment of the storms he was born in, but now tied directly to that freed beast. And the whispers about him changed too. People said he was no longer a holy man, but kin to the storm and the wolf. He wasn't just a strong warrior anymore. He was something else, something primal.
Yeah, and what's really key there, I think, is how he moves beyond his humanity. It's not just metaphorical, it's almost literal. He's not a man controlling a force anymore. He's become like an extension of that force, part of this monstrous, unique connection. It's not just about mastering the storm. It suggests he is the storm now, or at least tangled up completely with its wild nature. It makes you think about identity itself, doesn't it? When you merge with that kind of raw cosmic power. Is it elevation, or is it consumption?
So where does that leave Skarde? What's the end game here? Well, the saga wraps up with this really ominous prophecy. It's sung by the skalds, the poets, the storytellers. They sing that one night when Ragnarok stirs, the final battle, the end of the world in Norse myth, the wolf will return. So freeing the wolf wasn't the end of the story. Not at all. It sets up this final, unavoidable choice for Skarde. He must choose to master the beast or to be devoured by it. It just leaves you hanging with this sense of this huge cosmic showdown waiting to happen. Wow. So Skarde's incredible journey, it's just wild. From this storm-marked kid to this transform being tied to a monster he let loose. This deep dive into the saga of Skarde the Storm-Born, it really hits home this powerful idea. Getting that immense power, that gift, it often comes with a terrifyingly immediate price tag. And there's an ultimate personal bill that comes due eventually. You can't escape it, you unleashed it, now you gotta face it.
Exactly. And that really leaves us with something provocative to chew on, doesn't it? What does Skarde's story tell us specifically about power, about control, about destiny? When we try to unleash some great force, maybe even something inside ourselves, how much are we actually willing to risk losing? And maybe the bigger question is, can we ever truly control those wild energies we set free? Or are we always, in the end, kind of at their mercy, stuck with the fallout of our biggest choices?